Say this with me 10 times and don't whisper it. Own it. I am so happy and grateful now that I live from my highest self-image. I think, feel, and act as the person who already has it. Again, feel it rise in your chest. I am so happy and grateful now that I live from my highest self-image. I think, feel, and act as the person who already has it. You're not asking, you're assuming the state. That single shift, assuming instead of asking, turns a wish into a directive for your mind. Tonight, I'm going to show you exactly how to use one line, 10 repetitions, and a few minutes of focused imagination to bend your results. If you apply this, the next 30 days will not look like the last 30. Decide now, because the decision precedes the evidence, and the evidence follows the decision like a shadow. You've been taught to change after the proof arrives. That's backwards. You change first. You become the person inside. Then the outside reorganizes. Your income, your health, your relationships, they are not random. They are mirrors. Your result reflects your self-image. Read that again. Your result reflects your self-image. The thermostat in your house doesn't ask the weather if it may hold the temperature. It sets the temperature and keeps correcting. Your self-image is the internal thermostat of your life. If it's set to just enough, any surge of success will be cooled back to average. If it's set to, I am a person who wins, the dips are brief and the line trends up. Tonight, you're going to raise that internal setting using a simple Proctor Method: decision, affirmation, feeling, repetition, and action. It's not complicated, it's precise. Before we dive, do one thing for me. If these ideas serve you, tap subscribe so we can study together every week. And tell me in the comments one area you want me to break down next. Income, confidence, or focus. Your comment is a decision on record. It's powerful. Now let's get to work. Here's the promise. If you say one sentence 10 times morning and night the right way, not as a chant, but as a command to your own subconscious, and you pair it with 1 minute of sensory-rich imagining and one piece of inspired action each day, you will feel your state lift within 3 days, and within 30, you will see concrete wins. Not luck, alignment. Because there's a law to this, the law of vibration. You don't get what you want, you get what you are in harmony with. Words move your conscious mind, but feeling moves your vibration. Thought without feeling is like a map folded in your pocket. Feeling is the fuel that starts the engine and moves you down the road. Let me confront a paradigm you might hold. You think you need hours of work to change. You don't. You need intensity in minutes, then consistency. 10 clean repetitions with full attention outperform 100 distracted ones, and you might think affirmations are just words. They're not if you use them correctly. An affirmation is a decision spoken in the present, fused with feeling, aimed at the self-image, and repeated until it becomes automatic. That is the Proctor Method in your mouth. Here's your line, and this is the one I want you to engrave on your mind. I want you to write it. I am so happy and grateful now that I live from my highest self-image. I think, feel, and act as the person who already has it. This line does 3 things at once. First, happy and grateful now places you in the present and lifts your vibration immediately. Gratitude is the frequency of receiving. Second, I live from my highest self-image resets the thermostat, not just the temperature of one room, but the whole system. Identity comes first. Third, I think, feel, and act as the person who already has it, aligns the mental, emotional, and behavioral levels. That is alignment. That is power. We will say it 10 times twice a day. But those are not empty counts. Each repetition is a step down the runway. By the 10th, you're airborne. When you say it, I want you to see, hear, and feel. If your goal is income, see the number clearly on your account, hear the notification, feel the weight of the decision you can now make from abundance. If your goal is health, see your reflection energized, hear your breath smooth and calm, feel the strength in your posture. If your goal is love, see the light in your partner's eyes, hear the laughter in your home, feel the warmth of belonging. Short, vivid sensory snapshots, 10 beats, 10 breaths, 10 decisions. Do it standing, open chest, chin slightly up. The body teaches the mind. You're going to anchor this with a goal card. Take a card, physical, pocket size. On it, write one statement that captures your image of achievement. Keep it in the present tense. I'm so happy and grateful now that, and finish the sentence with the exact outcome and the person you are being. Keep it with you. Read it often. The card is not a charm, it is a steering wheel. Every glance reminds you to drive. There's a second line I want you to hold beside the first. It's short, it's a command. I move only in the direction of my decision. Say it after your 10 repetitions. You will find that the mind wants to negotiate. This line cuts negotiation. You've already decided who you are. Your actions must now confirm it. That's faith applied. Act with applied faith. Faith applied is not hoping. Faith applied is choosing the action that matches your new identity before the world claps. The applause comes later. People ask me, Bob, what if I don't believe it yet? Listen, belief follows repetition flavored with emotion. Don't wait for belief to start. Start, and belief will join you. The subconscious mind accepts ideas through repetition and authority. Be the authority in your own life. Speak like you mean it. Stand like you mean it. And repeat until the doubt quiets down from exhaustion. Doubt always tires before discipline if you stay consistent. Let's talk paradigms, because that's the invisible machinery underneath your day. Paradigms are bundles of habits, mental, emotional, behavioral, wired together through repetition and environment. They run your morning, your spending, your reaction to stress, your posture when you speak, the pace you walk at, the way you sign your name. Most people try to change results while leaving paradigms intact. That's like swapping the painting while the wall is rotting. We're going to replace the wall. How? By controlling inputs, by deliberate repetition, and by choosing environment. Your inputs are what you read, who you listen to, and what you picture. If your inputs are news and noise, your vibration will reflect news and noise. Switch it. 10 minutes of quiet in the morning. Your 10 affirmations with eyes closed, spine tall. Then a 1-minute movie in your mind where you are already that person. Then one line on your goal card spoken out loud. That's your new input routine. Protect it like oxygen. Before bed, repeat the 10. Night is prime time for imprinting. Now a quick exercise. Close your eyes. Feel your feet on the floor. Breathe slowly. Imagine a simple dial in front of you, the thermostat for your self-image. It currently sits at your normal. What is the number? Don't make it fancy. See the number that represents how successful, confident, and capable you usually let yourself be. Now with your right hand in your mind, turn the dial up one clear notch, not 10. 1. Feel the click. Notice what changes in your shoulders, in your face, in the way your chest opens. From this notch, say, I am so happy and grateful now that I live from my highest self-image. I think, feel, and act as the person who already has it. Let that version of you speak it. This is not performance, this is calibration. A pilot doesn't yank the plane, they adjust and hold. You adjust and hold. You will meet resistance. That's good news. Resistance is the old paradigm asking for identification. Are you sure you're that person? Smile. You are deciding it again. Your result reflects your self-image. Repeat it. When you feel the pull to act like the old you, hesitate, scroll, complain, catch it. Replace it with a 2-minute action the new you would take. Send the email, stand up and move, drink water, open the document, make the call. Momentum is medicine. What you seek is already yours. Become aware. That line isn't poetry. It's physics of mind. The version of you with the result exists in potential. Your awareness tunes to it like a radio finds a station. You turn the dial with attention and repetition. Let's lay out your next 7 days simply. Day 1 through 7, say the line 10 times upon waking and 10 times before sleep. Always standing, always breathing slowly, always seeing one snapshot that matches your goal. After the morning set, take one inspired action in under 5 minutes. Don't overthink it. The small action is a vote for the new self-image. After the evening set, Write one sentence in a notebook. Today I acted like the person who already has it by fill the blank. That's the scorecard that rewires identity. Now let me upgrade those 10 repetitions with a detail most people miss. Pace them in 3 sets, 4, 3, 3. On the first 4, emphasize so happy and grateful now. On the next 3, emphasize live from my highest self-image. And on the last 3, emphasize think, feel, and act as the person who already has it. You are training 3 layers: state, identity, and alignment. Feel the emphasis move like a wave through you. Quiet between each repetition. Let the sentence land. The space is part of the instruction. We need to address language precision. You might like to say, I will. That keeps your result behind an imaginary horizon. You might prefer, I want. That keeps you in wanting. Use present. I am so happy and grateful now that. And keep it specific to identity and alignment, not just the object. You could say, I earn $10,000 a month, but if your self-image doesn't match, you'll repel it. Say, I am so happy and grateful now that I am the person who easily provides $10,000 in value per month. I think, feel, and act from abundance. The object follows the identity. Environment matters. If your current circle laughs at your card, don't show them your card. Protect the seed. A seed doesn't argue with the desert. It roots where the soil supports it. Choose one person who gets it. Share your commitment. Ask them to text you. Dial once a day for 7 days. Your only reply is the number you're holding on your internal thermostat. That's it. Accountability without drama. Let's sharpen the tool with the law of the vacuum. This is simple. For the new to arrive, the old must depart. After your morning 10, remove one object, one task, or one habit that belongs to the old self-image. Delete a distracting app. Throw out the t-shirt that anchors you to college. Cancel the subscription you don't use. Clean the desk. When you clear space, you declare expectancy. The universe abhors a vacuum. So does your mind. It will fill the space with something. You choose what. Now, how does this create cash, health, or love? Through the think, feel, act cycle. Thought forms the picture. Feeling supplies the frequency. Action provides the bridge. Your affirmation sets the thought. Your visualization sets the feeling. Your daily step creates evidence. Evidence builds belief. Belief intensifies feeling. Feeling draws opportunities you did not see before. Suddenly you just happen to meet the person, see the post, hear the idea. That's not magic. That's selective attention tuned by identity. Ever notice that when you intend to buy a certain car, you start seeing it everywhere? The cars were always there. Your awareness changed. Your life is full of hidden cars, clients, mentors, openings, waiting for your awareness to tune. You may ask, Bob, can 10 repetitions really do all this? 10 done right daily beat 1,000 done poorly occasionally. The first 10 carry the greatest load because they train you to show up with full attention. You're learning to focus on command. That's a rare skill, and it compounds. By day 10, you'll feel odd if you haven't done them. By day 30, people will ask what changed about you. They'll hear clarity in your voice. They'll see order in your life. They'll sense a steadiness you used to fake. I want you to write it on your card, on a sticky note by the mirror, in your phone as an alarm label. I am so happy and grateful now that I live from my highest self-image. I think, feel, and act as the person who already has it. And beneath it in small letters, I move only in the direction of my decision. You see, most drift because they never truly decide. Decision means you cut off the other options. Decide now. You are done flirting with your potential. You're marrying it. Let's add a calibration check. Each afternoon, ask, on a scale of 0 to 10, how aligned have my thoughts, feelings, and actions been with my image today? Don't judge, observe. If you're under 7, stand up, breathe. Do 3 more repetitions of the line with full feeling, then take one small action, alignment restored. It takes 3 minutes. That one practice will save you weeks of drift over a year. Now a word on speed. You cannot rush a seedling into a tree by shouting, but you can ensure it has light, water, and space daily. Your 10 repetitions are the light. Your visualization is the water. Your small action is the space you clear for roots. Commit to 30 days, not 13, 30. Most people break through on day 22, not day 2. Why? Because it takes time to dislodge the old paradigm and set the new one. Be patient, be stubborn, be kind to yourself, but be uncompromising with your standard. Let's extend the affirmation for those who want a version tailored to a specific domain. For prosperity, I am so happy and grateful now that I am a calm, decisive creator of value. I think, feel, and act from abundance, and money flows to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. Say it 10 times. See yourself serving. Feel the relief of bills paid and choices open. Then send the proposal. Make the call. For health, I am so happy and grateful now that I honor my body. I think, feel, and act as a vibrant, disciplined person, and my cells respond with energy, strength, and balance. Say it 10 times. See yourself moving with grace. Feel your breath deep. Then step outside and walk for 10 minutes. For relationship, I am so happy and grateful now that I radiate respect and love. I think, feel, and act as a present, secure partner, and I attract the same. Say it 10 times. See the evening conversation warm and open, then send one sincere message with zero agenda. Listen closely. You cannot outwork a low self-image in the long run, but you can outgrow it quickly with the right method. Words, pictures, and actions repeated in harmony recode identity. The mind is suggestible. It will take your dominant idea and organize your behavior to match. Most people let the world choose their dominant idea. Not you, not anymore. You're going to choose it, and you will hold it with cheerful, stubborn gratitude. I want to address fear because it visits everyone who decides. Fear is just energy without a message. When you feel it, label it. Surge, breathe, then say your line once. The act of speaking in the present redirects the surge into movement. The old you said, I'm scared, so I stop. The new you says, I feel energy, so I proceed carefully. That one pivot will change your year. Your result reflects your self-image. A bold self-image handles energy like a surfer handles a wave, balanced, eyes forward. What about setbacks? Expect them, not because you're doomed, but because you're alive. The thermostat analogy is not just for success surges, it's also for dips. When outcomes cool, the new self-image clicks the system back on. You do your 10 repetitions anyway. You visualize anyway. You take one action anyway. That anyway builds a reputation with yourself. You are a person who follows through. That reputation is priceless. There's one more refinement, language of ownership. Replace I need to with I choose to. Replace I should with I will. Replace I hope with I expect. These swap a low vibration plea for a high vibration claim. Speak as a person with agency, not as a passenger. And when you speak to others, guard your words. If someone invites you into gossip, decline politely. If someone predicts your failure, smile. You have a different forecast. You are tuned to a different station. The radio plays what you tune. If you've been listening and thinking, this is simple, you're right. The profound is often simple. Do not confuse complexity with power. 10 focused lines can do what 10 years of vague effort couldn't. I've watched it. I've lived it. And you will if you do the work as directed. Now breathe with me and do a live set. Stand if you can, shoulders back, chin level, one hand lightly on your heart to remind your body we're not just thinking, we're feeling. I am so happy and grateful now that I live from my highest self-image. I think, feel, and act as the person who already has it. Pause. See the picture that fits your goal. Hear the sound that confirms it. Feel the change in your posture. Again, I am so happy and grateful now that I live from my highest self-image. I think, feel, and act as the person who already has it. Again, let the words vibrate through you. You are instructing your mind, not asking it for permission, again and again until you finish 10. Now seal it. I move only in the direction of my decision. Good. That's how your mornings and your nights will sound for the next 30 days. I'll leave you with 4 anchors. First, decision. Without it, you drift. With it, you direct. Decide now. Second, repetition, not as punishment as programming. Each line is a brick placed in the foundation. Third, feeling. Words alone are dry wood. Feeling is the spark. Engage your senses. Fourth, action. Small, immediate, aligned. Action is how you say to the universe, I mean it. What you seek is already yours. Become aware. Awareness is not passive. It is active noticing. You will notice opportunities because you told your mind what to look for and who it is looking as. You will move because you no longer negotiate with the old image. You will persist because you change the question from can I to how do I express who I already am. I want you to write it on your card, on paper, sign it. Put today's date, read it out loud. I am so happy and grateful now that I live from my highest self-image. I think, feel, and act as the person who already has it. Then underneath in your handwriting, add, I move only in the direction of my decision. Carry that card. Touch it before you open your laptop. Touch it before you eat. Touch it before you step into a meeting. That card is not ink, it's instruction. Now we close with a reframe and a next step. You came here thinking you needed years. You need a pattern. 10 clear repetitions twice daily, feeling engaged for 30 days. That's the pattern. Your self-image is not a statue, it is clay. Warm it with gratitude, shape it with words, harden it with action. The person you're practicing is the person you're becoming, and that person thinks, feels, and acts from the result, not toward it. That is the switch. That is the secret. Here is your first step today. Stand up after this, walk to the nearest blank card, and write the line. Then do your first set of 10 out loud. After that, take one small action the person who already has it would take. Send the message, open the document, put on your shoes, and move. Don't wait for later. Later is a graveyard for dreams. Act with applied faith. If this served you, subscribe so we can keep sharpening your image of achievement together. Comment your goal in the present tense. I am so happy and grateful now that, and tell me where you want the next deep dive, money, confidence, or focus. Share this with one person who needs to hear that their thermostat can be changed. And remember, your result reflects your self-image and you control the image. Turn the dial up one notch today, hold it, and watch your world rise to meet you.